Democracy in Indian subcontinent. Indian subcontinent prior to Muslims arrived in India. This subcontinent was something that has kingship, monarchy. King used to rule or serve the people in Indian subcontinent always. But somehow from the when Britishers arrived, they brought democratic system in India. But India has seen only negative aspect of the democratic system. Democracy in Europe or democracy in America, South America, North America, wherever, or in Africa or in Australia, Japan, Russia, wherever it is, they have done high development. These countries, they have done high development. But India is going downwards only post 1885. 1885 Congress was constituted. Since then, this country is going down only day by day. Means 1912 it is called when silver coin, 1 rupee coin was 1 rupee. At that time, 1 rupee was $12. Now $1 is 90 rupee around. Means it had fallen, I believe, 1,000 times in 100 years. That is democratic system in India. Now Indian rupee was valid in full Indian subcontinent. Indian subcontinent starts from Al Kahira, that is the Nile Delta, where paddy cultivation is very heavy, and I believe one third of total Africa paddy cultivation happens only in the Egyptian Nile Delta. From that paddy cultivation till Philippines, full paddy cultivation. Means, means that paddy cultivation and little bit in Iran and post India, full paddy cultivation, whatever it is. And India, from north side, it begins at Mongolia, and then Tibet, Uyghur, that is Kasi Kashgar, India, and then Maldives. So this big is the Indian subcontinent. Now, question is arising that this democratic system is only bad, only non-profitable, non-fruitful, unfruitful, only for India or full Indian subcontinent. What is the present scenario? In full Indian subcontinent, it tried to follow. If India is following democracy, then full Indian subcontinent it tried following democracy. Looking at the India, but day by day, this democratic system in Indian subcontinent somehow it is closing down its door because people cannot afford it. First of all, it is very costly. Every time 5 year, 6 year term, you need to have election, then a state election, and this election, that election, and then it is very costly. And at the end, people see it is not democracy, it is anti-democracy because people are getting poor day by day. Government is becoming richer day by day, and people are getting poorer day by day. So many countries in Indian subcontinent they are closing down door for the democracy. Okay, one of them is Afghanistan. Afghanistan that closed the door for the democracy. It saw democracy for 20 years from 2001 to 2021 with Ashraf Ghani and Hamid Karzai. That was the democracy, and the biggest problem for the democracy is that it support city and town based culture. Democracy supports city and town based culture. It is anti village culture. Means you have to cultivate your food grains in agriculture land through tractor and fertilizer. You have to drink that plastic milk, and then you have to uh, clean the tooth with some plastic paste comes with plastic brush, and with that you have to clean the tooth something. That culture is not Indian culture somehow. Then you have to sit on table and chair and you have to eat, and that is something that is going red with India. And in Indian subcontinent, Muslim world, I have seen personally in the social media, people sit on the floor like Iran and Iraq and those places. People sit on the floor and they eat, claiming that Muhammad, he used to sit like this only when he was eating. Actually, this is Indian culture. You have to sit on the floor and you have to eat through hand, not through spoon or spoon and knife and fork and whatever it is. So that is democracy system or some, I don't know. Means this is what is being pushed. This is what this culture is being pushed in India, Western culture. Through democracy, Western culture is coming. So Afghanistan, like a country where there is no monsoon rain, whatever it rains, it is whatever little bit rains. Otherwise, it snow down, and all the mountains are snow-fed mountains. From there, river comes, and that through that river, the village life continues because very high altitude. Digging well is also not possible. Now, 20 years of democratic system in Afghanistan, they started damming all the rivers, full dam, and they were supplying the water to the city and town, making it grow. And they were forcing the village people to go to the city and town, live in some apartment room or something like that. People are accustomed of taking care of cattle and living with the mountain. That is called heaven life. Forced to that some town in Kunduz or somewhere, something like that. Now people revolted, and at the end, the kind of pulled back, the Taliban came. Even though they don't like Taliban, but this is how it is. Same thing happening in Syria. If you see deep inside Syria, Syria is a desert country. There, whatever river flows that comes from Turkey and those places, that is again snow-fed mountain. From there, the river comes because rain is less. In that sense, there is a heavy damming in Turkey, like Farat River, if I talk. Then Farat River flows through Syria. Heavy damming over there also. The Syrian people, they mainly use it for cattle animal grazing. Okay, grasslands are there. They gaze, means they eat the cattle animal. In that sense, heavy damming is eating the river culture, and people are suffocating. At the end, whatever the democratic country was from the Bashar al-Assad, that was completely destroyed by anyone. People are happy. Village people were happy in Afghanistan 2021. Now 2024, the people in village people in Syria, they are happy. Now the question is arising that what is the present condition of democracy in Indian subcontinent? How many countries are following democracy in Indian subcontinent? Because Indian subcontinent, agriculture-based subcontinent, town and city culture would not is it is anti to the democracy because democracy means city and town. You have to drink that plastic milk and urea based rice and maize and millet and wheat whatever. People are losing their body strength. In that sense, many countries are closing door for the democracy. Now I have a full data that we will see that what is the real condition of democracy in Indian subcontinent, because people are like opposing now. They have started opposing it. But this is not for this is not for us. Okay, take democracy to Europe and America and Australia and Japan or whatever it is. So, in Indian subcontinent, what are the countries that are democratic? Like East Timor, that is very small country and it is highly democratic. So people have given number also. Out of one, how much it is democratic? 0.698, highly democratic. East Timor, Nepal. Now from the monarchy, it has turned to democracy. How long it will go democratic? In 2000, it became, I believe, democratic. So full democratic. Maldives, very small country, full democratic. Sri Lanka, okay, Sri Lanka, okay, everyone know the condition of democracy out there. People change the president over there. Rajpaksha, I believe he was the president. People changed him and he left the country. Now another one has come, so I cannot say it is democratic now. If a prime minister or head of the state is democratically elected and people are chasing him and going to prime minister or presidential bungalow or house or castle whatever and looting it completely in front of the camera, then it cannot be called democracy. You should keep respect for your head of a state. Then only it is democracy. When people they do not carry any respect for your head of the state, then Sri Lanka cannot be said not democratic. Whatever. Indonesia, democratic country, election happened. Bhutan. So Bhutan cannot be said democratic because the king exists in Bhutan, even though I believe election happened, but it is not cannot be said as democratic. Never. Okay, Mongolia is a democratic now country nowadays. Election happened, but count is very less. It's a big country though. Anyway, Papua New Guinea. So this is a Australia-based country, even though it falls in Indian subcontinent, but completely overshadowed by United States and Australia. So it is a democratic country. Philippines, democratic country. Israel is a highly democratic country. Singapore, democratic country. India, democratic country. How much democratic country it is and how much they have served the people, it is not hidden from anyone. Gold is 75,000 rupees for 10 gram. Petrol, diesel, 100 rupees higher to it. People do not have 5 rupees in their pocket. And Prime Minister talks about $5 trillion economy. Half of the people, they sleep empty stomach. This is the democratic country of India. But anyway, it is democratic. Okay, Lebanon. Lebanon is another democratic country along with Israel. So this is democratic. Pakistan flip flop. Sometimes it becomes non-democratic. Like I believe Ziaul Haq was there, and prior to that, there were many people who were non-democratic. Army rule. For past, I believe, 15 years, it is democratic. Then Pervez Musharraf was there. But anyway, right now it is democratic. But it can be said 50% democratic. Pakistan, Kuwait, it is a dictatorship. Kuwait, it is not even a kingship, dictatorship. It is not a democratic country. Thailand, not a democratic country. These are typically socialist-based country, communist-based country. Thailand, no democracy. Turkey has democracy. Recently, Erdogan or something. Recently, election happened in Turkey. Okay, King of the Jordan is famous. Even though Prime Minister or President would be, but power is with the king only. So no democracy. Palestine, no democracy. Bangladesh, no democracy. The way they chase their president, prime minister or president, Sheikh Hasina, it cannot be said it is democratic. You cannot chase your. No, Sheikh Hasina was prime minister of Bangladesh. She was coming to India as a prime minister. No, she is living, I believe, with her daughter in Delhi, like a simple, normal housewife or something like that. This is her condition. Okay, Cambodia, non-democratic, it's a socialist country, means communist is there. Okay, Oman, Oman, king is there, Oman king, no democracy. Iran, no democracy. Okay, Iran prime minister and those things are there, but I believe Khomeini, he leads the country, no democracy. Okay, Vietnam, socialist country, no democracy. Syria. Syria was democratic, but now Al Julani has come, so no democracy. Okay, Laos, no democracy. All these are communist-based countries. Yemen. Okay, Yemen is democratic country. Their election happens, I believe. Yemen is near to Oman and facing Red Sea. Bah- Bahrain, no democracy. King is there. UAE, no democracy. King is there. Qatar, no democracy. King is there. Myanmar, army rule. Yang San Suu Kyi was there. Now she is under house arrest or she is somewhere in the jail. No democracy. Okay. Afghanistan, everyone knows Afghanistan. Taliban is there. And Saudi Arabia, no democracy. So half of the country, I believe, in Indian subcontinent, either they never came to democracy or they switched from democracy to monarchy or dictatorship. So this is changing Indian subcontinent. Afghanistan flipped, Bangladesh flipped, and then Sri Lanka flipped, Burma flipped, Syria flipped. Okay, so countries are flipped. Iran, first it was king or something, it also flipped. So countries are Indian subcontinent are flipping day by day because they cannot afford democracy. Highly costly and anti agriculture. I won't say anti human because democracy means pro pro demo, pro people. But certainly it is anti-agriculture. This is what I can say. The way agriculture happens in India, this is anti-agriculture way. Dam the river and through that you supply the water. In India, monsoon river comes that you cannot store, and then you are getting water through dam and those unnecessary. Anyway, this is situation of Indian subcontinent. I am not saying that I am not advocating that India should also get dictatorship of monarchy, but country has to change because this way it cannot continue. Half of the people cannot sleep empty stomach. This cannot go very long.